Folks, you need to retire early to make the world a better place. I don't think it is unusual to say that the world is quite chaotic. There's a lot of nonsense going out in the world. There's a lot of us and thems in this world. Why don't we just all work on retiring early so we can make the world just a little bit better? Let's have this conversation with someone that is doing just that, helping people each and every day. The one and only Dion from Dion Talk. How you doing, buddy?
Howdy, Mike. I love the topic. I think people get confused when you say retire early to make the world a better place because the word retire trips them up. Right? When we go to that financial freedom sets you free so you can do the things you want. Let's redefine that retire early, right? Financial independence lets you do what you want, making work optional. So here's the first thought, and there's about 5. But the first thought is, imagine how much better the world would be if people had jobs they loved instead of jobs they had to have for the money.
Yeah, let's even twist that a little bit, right? Because again, just because you retire, you're financially free, you can still get paid. But what if you did something because you wanted to? And oh, by the way, there was a medium of exchange called money for it. Let's not even call it a job, right? Let's just if we were doing things we loved and making the world a better place and money showed up, okay, that'd be great.
Well, look at our friend Curtis, who you're probably going to meet this weekend at the Northwest Action Summit. But he's got a YouTube channel, PE turned REs, right? So he's a PE teacher, likes to coach kids. That doesn't pay too much. I mean, it pays decent, right? He's making a good amount of money. He's investing in real estate, but it doesn't pay a lot. But if he reaches financial freedom he's on his 2nd house hack now, and when he gets to 3rd or 4th and he reaches financial freedom, work becomes optional. He can actually go do coaching,
yeah,
and not worry about what it's making. So exactly. That's the first thing. Here's another way retiring early makes the world a better place. Making work optional and stepping out of the workforce to maybe go work on a passion project or something. But most people don't know where Social Security came from. People think we need to take care of our elders, and that's actually the opposite of why Social Security was invented. In 1881, Otto Bismarck in Germany brought about a social program that would compensate older people for leaving the workforce because not enough young people were finding jobs. So they were having a lot of the protests, and violence in the streets, and mayhem that kids can do in their 20s. I call them kids, but that's when you don't have purpose in work. What else are you going to do? Yeah. So we compensate people to leave the workforce to leave a space for somebody younger to come in. When we retire early, that's what we do. Yes, Social Security exists for us to do it in our 60s, but if you do it in your 40s or 50s, I was running a company. I trained 3 or 4 people to take over all of the tasks that I was doing. And as soon as I stepped out, all 4 of them get a promotion. Yeah. Which leaves a void for somebody else to fill. So yes, the contributions people make in the workplace are important, but your employer will replace you before your obituary is written.
Oh, in a heartbeat.
So all right, that's the, go ahead.
I was going to say, well, if that's a great way to start, what's number 2?
We live in a world that has currency, right? You have foreign currency in the US, money that has no value until it's moving. When you buy or exchange deals, the currency, it's buy money, it's called currency, and then has value. Most currency transactions happen when people can do them. Most people work Monday through Friday, so weekends are super swamped at travel places. Movie theaters are packed at night and on weekends. So when you retire early and you free up your schedule to then look at all of the businesses that you can impact in off-peak hours. You can be the person spending the money when everyone else is trapped selling their life 1 hour at a time to help that business that isn't doing a lot of business during the week or during the day. And so this involves going to other countries, the travel that's involved with that. This involves your local community. There's so many things you can get involved with. And so that's the main thought is what you can do in off-peak hours. That's like that thought. Yeah. Then the last one I think that matters, I think the most to people that actually make the world a better place is, even if you love your job, if you have to be compensated to be there, it's not your passion. Yeah. Passion is something you would do for free, which you can do if money is just a thing.
Yeah, I don't remember where I heard this first. It's been said undoubtedly thousands of times, right? My job is to leave, this place in a better place than I found it, whether I've heard Steph Curry say we got to move the NBA forward. It's just whatever you're doing in life, if you could just make it a little bit better for the next person or the next generation, instead of being a taker. But I think life is, at the older I get, I think people are either consumers or producers, right? Are you out there kind of suckling at the thing, just waiting for yours? Or are you a producer? Yeah, you take a little bit, but you also produce more so that the other folks around you can have, have it's better for everybody. I, you know, the world's tough. The world's chaotic. The world's ugly. If you could just take your little circle and make it better by you being there, that's a great goal, man.
Yeah, and since we're keeping this video short, here's what I will wrap up with. And you can find me right here on YouTube, Dion Talk Financial Freedom. If you reach financial independence and you make work completely optional, then you can actually take your life and focus on impact instead of income.
There you go, folks. Chase impact, not income. That is what financial freedom is. That is what being a millionaire is all about. Chase impact, not income. Dion, you're amazing. Thanks, buddy.
Ciao.